Hey, it's Josh.
And Aaron.
We would like your help to grow our channel.
If we can grow to 8,000 subscriptions,
we're going to give you this Indominus box.
The rules are simple. Subscribe to the channel now, and when we reach 8,000 subscribers, we're going to put out a special thank you video. Everybody who comments on that video will be entered to win this Indominus box.
Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell button.
Will people follow?
I hope so.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of I Should Be Painting. This week we are going to talk about Games Workshop customer engagement strategy, why it's so good, and how I think they can do it even better. Afterwards, as always, we're going to take a look at 3 projects that brought me great inspiration this week. They are all from the same Facebook page, and that is Warhammer 40k Converts. We're going to be looking at some conversions of the new Indominus box set. Cool Guys Nation originally started in 2009-ish as Cool Guys Who Sit at Home, and one of our first breakout videos was actually covering Games Day 2010. Back in the day, Games Workshop's outreach was mostly through a yearly convention that they hosted, their White Dwarf magazine, and their in-store representatives. Other than that, they did not have a significant internet presence. Between 2010 and 2016, there was a lot of discontent with the amount of Games Workshop's accessibility, its errata, its rules, its participation in conventions, and overall there was a lot of hubbub. Games Workshop was being accused of not having a modern-day public customer-facing presence that was keeping up with its other competitors. Now there's a lot of things written about this online. You can go ahead and you can Google search it and find a whole bunch of articles, but basically War Machine and a bunch of other tabletop companies were starting to creep up on Games Workshop's ownership of the tabletop space, and Games Workshop decided to make a change. This change happened right after Warhammer Fantasy was killed and Age of Sigmar came out, which for a lot of players felt like a betrayal. If you aren't familiar with the viral video of somebody burning their entire Warhammer army, however, in 2016, Games Workshop did an about-face. First of all, their CEO, Tom Kirby, stepped down, and he was replaced by Kevin Roundtree. And when Kevin Roundtree took over, he also changed the way Games Workshop was interfacing with us, customers, and I have to say, for the better. Soon after the change, Warhammer Community became a thing, Warhammer Twitch became a thing, Warhammer YouTube became a thing, and Warhammer Games Workshop started participating at the major conventions. That would be Adepticon, Nova, and all of this has been absolutely fantastic. Games Workshop has been growing since 2016. Their rules have been getting better, their models have been getting better, and most importantly, their community engagement has been getting better. And I think the release of 9th edition, particularly during this difficult time, has shown just how much Games Workshop has changed. I know that personally, I very, very, very much appreciate all of the work that Games Workshop has done in becoming a more community-engaged company. Warhammer 9th Edition has brought a new level to their engagement. For 9th Edition, Games Workshop has worked very closely with people from Adepticon and Nova and ITC and the other tournament scene players to bring them into the fold and help make sure that the game is playable not only in the tournament scene but also at home. And that is an unprecedented change in terms of allowing outsiders into Games Workshop to help influence and make the game better. I think that the next big place for Games Workshop to do direct and precise outreach is with independent game retailers. I am not talking about Games Workshop storefronts. I'm not talking about conventions. I am talking about your local game stores. Games Workshop having a presence at Adepticon has been a huge boost for Games Workshop. I know it's been a huge boost for me personally. Participating in events with the Games Workshop people there live and being able to talk to them and interact with them has been fantastic. And getting community engagement from these large conventions has been also good for the game itself because they've learned a lot from the tournament scene players. But there is still a much larger section of the population who either play the game at home or who play at their local game store. So I think that post 2020 and post 9th edition, Games Workshop needs to focus more on getting information directly from local stores and supporting local stores even more to become part of the Game Workshop community. Now, I am not a games store owner. I haven't worked at a game store since I was in my teens. And I am not talking about distribution or pricing or things like that. What I am talking about is a strategy of Games Workshop having a mechanism for getting feedback from players who are playing in game stores, probably through the owners of those stores, and making sure that they are taking that into account as they aggregate all of their information for making errata and rules. It's one thing to get information from tournaments and from competitive players and from highly competitive players, but it's another thing to get information from each individual game store. I think with the launch of the Warhammer 40K application, if that is done properly, along with Warhammer community and their current presence, the Games Workshop can continue to expand its ability to take in information from its fans. And the next frontier, as far as I'm concerned, for Games Workshop is finding a way to be more present with the players in local game stores and helping local game stores support not only the Games Workshop franchises, but also relay critical information back to Games Workshop about how to improve their games. How often do you visit Warhammer community? Are you a player who plays at home or plays at a game store? Do you go to conventions or do you not go to conventions? What do you think Games Workshop can do to make your play experience even better? Let me know in the comments below. Do you think over the past 4 years they've been doing a good job of community engagement, or do you think they have a lot more work to do? I would love to hear your opinions, so please let us know. Now, as always, let's move on over to the computer so we can take a look at my 3 inspirational projects from this week. Once again, this week is all about the Indominus box set. We're going to be looking at conversions of Space Marines, the new Primaris Space Marines, all from the Facebook page Warhammer 40K Converts, which will be in the notes below. Well, here we are once again at the internet, and we are going to be taking a look at 3 projects this week. As I've said already, we are looking at conversions based on the Indominus box set. All of the conversions that I've picked are on the Marine side, because I'm biased and Space Marines are the best. I found all of these conversions from one Facebook group, and that Facebook group is 40K Converts. So if you are not part of the 40K Converts Facebook group, I strongly recommend that you join. Our first conversion is from Loic. I really hope I'm pronouncing your name properly. I don't know how to pronounce an umlaut over an I, and I feel really stupid, but your conversion is amazing. It is extremely dynamic. You've been able to take these and really add the flavor of Black Templars to it. I particularly like the larger sword and adding the green stuff, the cloth. This necklace is particularly fantastic in the details that you've added to the shield. I feel like these are both very dynamic and engaging poses, and I like them a lot. Next, we are going to move over to Fistful of Plastic. Now, I did also find this originally on that page, but I want to represent other people as well. Man, you got a lot of followers going on, and now CGN is one of them. I recommend you follow Fistful of Plastic, and here's why. This is a conversion for the new Indominus box set. These are the new heavy models, which of course is the heavy melt-a-gun. And what's so amazing about this conversion is its effectiveness, but its simpleness. The normal model has this little pack right here on the bottom of the gun. It just kind of hangs down right there, and it's sort of, I guess, it's what's giving the melt-a-gun its extra Primaris juice. He's taken that and he's cut it off, and then attached it to the side of the Marine, and then added wires, obviously, from the bottom of the gun to the pack, which just gives it, like, so much more drama, right? It's such a simple conversion. I mean, obviously, he's also added battle damage, and he's drilled out the gun barrels and whatnot, but this just simple, like, moving of this one piece from the bottom of the gun to the side of the Marine and adding pipes to it, to me just represents the essence of a fantastic conversion. Something that doesn't take a whole lot of time, but has a huge effect on making your miniatures not only personal to you, but also look way cooler. So this is fantastic, and you should definitely follow A Fistful of Plastic. Our last one is another conversion and another name that I'm probably going to butcher. I feel so bad for butchering names. We are on Instagram, and we are at Sagacious Prime. Sagacious, I think so. Sagacious. Sagacious is the way I'm saying that. And the conversion that I found was this one here. Now, this conversion is also truly inspirational to me, and I will tell you why. It is this photo right here. This dynamic pose of him drawing the sword out of a sheath and manufacturing the sheath and sword and getting the arm in just that right spot, adding these little bit of details so you can see the movement, you can feel it, you can almost hear the sword coming out of the sheath with the face clearly looking at the intended target. This is a fantastic conversion that adds that realism and depth, and most importantly, sense of movement and sense of action into the model. I really like this conversion, and I just can't wait to see it fully painted up. Everything from the front to the back, he's managed to move it in 360 degrees, so you really feel that movement, that swing of drawing your sword. So all three of these conversions are extremely inspirational, and you should check out both A Fistful of Plastic, whom I just subscribed to, and Sagacious Prime, who I am now also subscribed to. So thank you so much for sharing your work. It's always great to see what everybody else is doing. I know that now I want to assemble some of you guys a little bit differently. Well, as always, thank you so much for being part of the Cool Guys Nation. Remember to like and subscribe, hit that bell button so you never miss an update. Remember, if we get to 8,000 subscribers, we are going to be giving away one of the Indominus boxes that we have to a lucky subscriber. Details in the notes below. So definitely hit that subscribe button and hit that bell button. And as always, we'll see you on the table.